Hi. I want to fill you in. I said that when I started this sharing my cancer journey, that one of the reasons for doing that is that I was going to go off and do a load of learning and research, and I thought it might be useful because quite an insatiably curious person, and I've read a lot of books and listened to a lot of podcasts and tried to find out as many things as possible with my three goals. And one of my goals, so if you remember them, that's maximize the efficacy and minimize the side effects of the treatment, which I'm going through at the moment. Second one is recover as quickly as I can. And then the third one is how do I deal with this long term on the basis that it's termed as treatable, not curable. I think I need to do everything I possibly can to minimize the chances of the cancer coming back. So although I would say my oncologist has inferred that it's sort of largely down to luck, whether it returns or not. I can't live that way. I need to think there's things that I can do. So I've been researching all sorts of things. And all obvious ones are things like diet, but a less obvious one came up, and I just thought I'd share it because it might be relevant to you. And it was to do with holistic or integrative dentistry, which is not a term that I'd ever heard of before. Somebody randomly a few weeks ago on LinkedIn sent me a link to a holistic dentist, and I'd been meaning to look into it, and then I came across this documentary, and I'll try and put it in the notes below, about root canal work, root cause. It's called by a very amusing Aussie guy who's made this film with all sorts of issues that he was having, not cancer, but more sort of ME energy related, I think. And anyway, watch that. I was watching it, and one of the things that came up on there, and I nearly coughed my coffee across the room when it did, but it spoke about root canals, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it showed different teeth and your different teeth, and let's say the meridian lines where they're sort of connected to in your body, if you're happy to believe that sort of thing. And literally, when I was 16 years of age, I flew over the handlebars on my bicycle, and I smashed my front teeth out. And as a result, I had quite a lot of work done. So I had some root canal work, and I think my teeth were ground down, and I had some pins put in, and I had them crowned. And it showed this diagram. Again, I'll try and bring that up on the screen when I edit this later. And it showed that the front teeth there are linked to around your kidneys and sort of in your abdomen area. And when I saw that direct link, like, crazy, because that's exactly where my tumor is. So I knew I had this long-term issue with my teeth. And the point that the lady was showing me on the screen showed me that could lead to problems where I've had this tumor. And it seems that the potential issue is, and I'm investigating this now, but it's a rabbit hole I'm going down. I just thought I'd share it before it's finished because it'll be some time before I finish the rabbit hole. But these little gaps. So if you have a root, and I'm not a dentist or a medical profession, so excuse me if this isn't 100% accurate, but my understanding is they drill out your tooth, pull out the little roots, fill the hole. And I think, like I say, I had these pins done, but you end up with this cavity under your teeth. Now the theory is that cavity can fill full of bacteria. But those bacteria, your immune system can't get to them anymore because the roots have been taken out. So you end up with this sort of sealed bit in your body, in your mouth. Your immune system can't get to it, and those bacteria sort of leak into your body through the sort of porous nature of your jaw, so that your immune system then is constantly sort of fighting this battle with these bacteria. And possibly my immune system's been doing a good job of that. It's been doing it for the last 33 years since I had that accident, but it does mean it's been operating in overdrive. And then something else could have come along which has stressed it further. So that might be pesticides, herbicides on the fruit and vegetables. Hence, I went organic. It might be, things in the water, lots of other things that wouldn't normally ordinarily affect you, but because my immune system was already over fighting, then possibly it has. So in the same way that I found an integrative oncologist who looks at the bigger picture of health and what might be causing your, cancer. Is it just a genetic disease? Is it just luck? Or actually, are there things we can look at? So how I respond to toxins, like I've said, diet, exercise, stress, things that I think we generally affect our body's immune system and therefore susceptibility, shall we say, to cancer. So I found this dentist who does a similar thing. Turns out that sort of 70% of our immunity comes from our microbiome. So it comes from our gut. That's where all these bacteria are that are really feeding and helping and looking after our body and our immune system. But the other 30% of our bacteria, predominantly the two big areas for them, is firstly your gut, and then secondly your mouth. And that's where all these bacteria live. And I think I'd read that I couldn't have any dentistry work done whilst I was on chemo. And I think part of the reason for that is because they don't want to release any kind of bacteria into your body when your immune system is very low. So it's known of being an area with lots and lots of bacteria. And I guess that helps keeps you safe with everything you're breathing in. I'm sure there's good and there's bad one. But apparently, it's really, really important to look after it. So I had a Zoom call with a integrative dentist, had a chat about what I was finding out and my theory. And as far as he was concerned, yeah, absolutely the case. 98% of root canal work leads to this sort of bacteria pockets left over in your mouth. So he told me again, I'm not a dentist, go and do your own research and go and check it. So I booked in. I'm going up to London, going up to Harley Street to have a scan, so you can get a 3D scan done of your jaw. Because I said, look, over the years, I don't know exactly what dentistry work I've had done. I couldn't tell you, exactly what my fillings are made of. I couldn't tell you what these pins are made of. I think it's likely titanium, so there can also be some toxin release. And I'm going to go to London. I've got to time it with my chemo treatment, so it's going to be in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, treatment, week of recovery, and then a week where I can sort of get some jobs done. So hop on the train, go up there, get this scan done, and then I'm going to have a consultation. So, I don't know how this is going to pan out. My presumption is that the scan is going to show a number of these little cavity pockets and little places where bacteria, and I don't know whether it can show that they're definitely infected. I'm not sure. I'll find out, and I'll update you. And I guess that's going to lead to some remedial work. And I knew I was going to have work done on these crowns ultimately. Anyway, I was told when I first had them done that they'd probably last about 15 years, and that was 33 years ago. So yeah, some work to be done, I guess. But I just thought I'd let you know. And I think about 18% of people have had root canal work done, and it's specifically, we'll watch the video in the link, but it's specifically if the work's been done and your tooth is still in place. If the tooth's come out, then I don't think it's so much of an issue. Anyway, watch it. Interesting, hey? Fascinating. So yeah, bacteria, overactive immune system, many years. Other things then happen. Potentially that produces a cancer, and the cancer that I've got is made of B cells, B cell lymphoma, and it's the B cells are the part of your immune system: T cells, natural killer cells, B cells, white blood cells, all that kind of stuff, responsible for fighting off infection, which apparently would include bacteria from teeth. So I thought out. Just thought I'd share it with you. Cribby's journey of discovery. But if I can get rid of that, hopefully it's no longer infecting my body for the next 33 years. With a bit of luck, all of these things compounded come together and will reduce the chances of my immune system not being able to cope with whatever gets thrown at it in the future. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, I learned loads of other stuff, but we'll cover that another time. Thanks.